Hey gang, Kevin here, Life22, and it is 9 days past your usual one-on-one with Kevin time. But about what was it? A week ago yesterday was the first, which should have been the day that we did this, but I was driving back from Connecticut and focusing on the road, and the whole fam was in the car, and I'm sure y'all didn't want to hear all the kids screaming in the background and all the other stuff, but I found some time for you today, so I figured we would find out how your No Shave November went. I still haven't even had free time to shave this thing, or at least trim it up. I'm actually liking it. I might keep it through Christmas. I just gotta, I don't know, I gotta do something. You just gotta clean her up a little bit. She's a little scratchy. But anyways, so let us know in the comments below. Send us an email. Send us a brick, preferably not through our window. Send it in your hate mail, whatever you'd like. Those threatening voicemails we get at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Send it in one of those. Be like, oh, by the way, blah, 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 blah. All the things I have to be discreet about, horrendous things on the planet. And I had a great No Shave November. That's where I expect to see those kind of comments, but I never do. Right. Anyways. So, in addition, this month. What is this month? This month is Don't Back Down December. It is our annual Do Not Back Down December month. We do this one every year. Typically is Don't Back Down December, and I don't think there could be a more perfect day that we had gotten delayed to than today. So obviously the justice system did its job today. The young Marine. Daniel Penny got exonerated today. So there's justice at work. It's just sad that our society has come to this where, not a vigilante, but a good Samaritan on the street is defending other people, and then we incarcerate them for some like BS nonsense. And we have all these like mobs out there like making cops afraid to have to do their jobs and make the tough decisions they have to make to keep our people safe. And then, like, it's on the citizens. And then we send that same message to the citizens and say, you can't defend yourself or others. What's wrong with you? You're supposed to lay there and die. You're supposed to let some deranged person on the street, threaten passengers on the train you're in or whatever, or mug the little old lady in front of you or what have you. And it's just ridiculous that our society has come to that, and that we actually have to be charging these people. This is very similar to the Kyle Rittenhouse case or any of these other ones that are kind of, it's the justice system doing what it's supposed to do, which is when people bring charges, it's supposed to handle them in a very like constitutional order. The downside is that our society is like an emotional child, and it just like lashes out at any like thing that it slightly today deems as a minor indiscretion, and it's kind of ridiculous, especially when this was clear and cut. But leave it to the news media to try to tell you otherwise. And actually, that's one of the few things that I don't really like care for many of the mayors of New York, and Eric Adams. This is like the one thing I kind of like saw eye to eye with him on. He defended Daniel Penny, and I think good for him. Kudos to him for defending one of his citizens who is doing the job that he even openly admits our society is not allowing cops to do their jobs. So and cops can't be everywhere too. So in defense of the cops that are doing their job and trying to do their job, it is what it is. And so with that, we're going to get into the Don't Back Down December. So, Don't Back Down December is where you are going to, you're not going to break on any of your values. You're not going to let, just like we prep people for Thanksgiving, right? You're going to sit there around the table, and you're not going to let, around the Christmas table, you're not going to let, Aunt Betsy, scream at you because of who you voted for the last election, or, how you're raising your kids. And like, my nieces and nephews are all bastards and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, guess what? That's what you think. I think that we do a good job. Aunt Betsy, she's fictitious because I don't have an Aunt Betsy. I may have years prior, before my knowledge base, but I can't think off the top of my head of a nearby Aunt Betsy. But yeah, so don't back down December. Don't compromise your values to appease others. Do what you think is right. Do what you deem necessary to instill your values in your family, in your loved ones. Live your life the way that you see fit. And then also there is that negotiation in the world where stone sharpen, where iron sharpens iron, and we and flame kindles flame. And these are the different things that you're going to want to also be aware of, because with Don't Back Down December, you're gonna get some adversity, and adversity is not a bad thing. Adversity is an amazing thing. It is great, because what it does is it allows you to debate other people. You get to debate other people in a one-on-one conversation, a parlay, if you will, just like wrestling in the verbal sense. It might turn to like heated blows of jabs and quips and maybe even some unkind comments, but I think it allows us to all grow as people when we have those conversations. Now, maybe not so much on social media, because the internet tends to be a cesspool of like people with the stupidest ideas on the planet. I would hope yours truly not included, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, don't be afraid of that adversity. Don't be afraid to defend yourself. And guess what? It's okay if somebody presents you with an idea that might slightly shift your principles. But a principle and a belief should be something that is solidly founded, that if it shifts, it's ever so lightly. Ever so slightly it might shift in one direction or another, kind of moving, right? But it shouldn't just topple over when the wind blows. So there's something to be said about that, and we can get into that on a different day. But for that, guys, I hope you enjoyed your No Shave November, and I hope that you have great stories to tell, to write into the channel with, to plaster on your, to wrap, write on a piece of paper and wrap around that brick that you send to us, and enjoy your Don't Back Down December. We'll catch you guys next time. Life22.